Yeah, no, like, how'd he get the ring off of this mysterious, unknown, fail son?
It's never 100% explained, but I will say that is totally not the Firstborn. You wouldn't know it in Dark Souls 1, because the Firstborn, that is basically the entirety of the information that we get about the Firstborn.
Okay, so he's in, like, the sequels?
That's not a character who ever shows up explicitly. That's not a character who has anything going on, at least not in the first game. That is all that we know, is that Gwyn has 3 kids, right?
Okay.
He's got his Firstborn, who is a god of war, who they handed the annals of history to at some point, or entrusted them to him.
So it was just like a chronicle, and he just, like, dropped it into his soup?
And he just fucked it up somehow.
He just, like, a bird flew in the window and distracted him. He knocked over the inkwell.
Yeah, pretty much. And because he fucked it up, because he destroyed the annals of history, Gwyn basically went, I have no son, and just removed him.
So what are those things?
He stripped him of his deific status.
Those bats?
Those are those
Are they, like,
demons,
going to attack me?
Not from this distance, but I will warn you that the only ones that will ever help you in this game are the ones that fly you back and forth between suns.
Okay. Why?
Because they're normally just enemies that protect the city of the gods. So yeah, these ones are not like the ones in the area prior. Hug either the left or right, because you're going to be dragging probably both of them, unless you're lucky. It looks like you got that one to standing attention. If you move forward a little bit, you might be able to drag him and not the other guy.
Those guys
You are dragging the brain guy. Okay, you're dragging both of them now.
Okay.
You got way too close. That was greedy. What?
Greedy?
Their ability to hear and see these particular guys is actually pretty good. The guys in the church are choosing not to go after you.
Why?
Unless you're super close to them, because they're protecting those chests.
Oh. And this guy's just supposed
This guy doesn't care. This guy is hitting anything on the staircase he's going after. So you basically just have to go ahead and have a fight with a couple of these guys. You got way more room to maneuver around him, though.
And also I can make him back off for a second.
Not too bad. Yeah, so you'll get kind of a feel for... I was talking about it when you were fighting one of the giants, like, off-cam. But they do have a huge amount of moves going around the left-hand side. But around the right, all they have is their shield shit. So what you want to do is just stay in close, typically be behind him if you can on that side. And if you see him move his shield, just pull back. That's all you gotta do.
Oh.
And yeah, they drop items.
It was, like, weird and shiny in a different way than usual.
That's if you see any weird drops.
Batman is just not getting through
there's
that
a gate
door?
there. He can't get through the door.
Can I?
You're welcome to go try. There's no giant over there anymore, so you can probably check that one without
I think I want to get this guy.
But yeah, you might want to fight him.
I just want to not forget him here later.
That's fair. Anyway, yeah. Gwyn's Firstborn is a god of war who apparently fucked up the annals of history, just dropped them in a soup pot, I guess, is the way that you described it. And Gwyn said, I have no son, and he stripped him of his deific status, which is not the same as saying he isn't a god. It's just like saying, yeah, you're not, part of the accepted gods within the religion, because God is a race, remember.
Okay, so it's just like casting him out of Eden or whatever.
Yeah, it's like when you have, if you have Norse mythology, there's a bunch of gods.
I just realized this game says that like time is confusing and never gives you a straight answer on anything. That fucker lost the history book. Yeah, it's probably his fault. It might totally be his fault. I'm okay at these guys.
You're hitting his shield like 100%.
Yeah, no, but I'm dodging him much better.
Yeah, but you're not actually doing any damage.
Well,
for the last, I think, like 10 hits you've done,
but I'm
you've
not
just been
dying.
off his shield.
Sorry for being surprised at myself.
No. I'm not saying like you're not. Yeah, you're doing super good. But,
I was just saying, I'm doing okay, and you're like, no, you're not.
No, you were doing good.
Sure, I was.
Okay,
anyways,
sure.
The dude lost the history book, and now everyone's confused about chronological order
he lost
of things.
God's history book.
That does not open from this side. So it opens from that side, and he still can't get it.
Yeah, no, they're not smart enough to open doors. There are certain enemies that are smart enough to open doors. He's not one of them.
Okay,
there's a big door to your left. Are you just going to ignore that one?
For a second.
All right, because there's a door over here, but it's clearly open.
Yeah. So,
okay.
I just want to...
There's 3 of them.
Okay. Try range battle. Okay. I'm going to try that. Can I get him from here?
I think you might not have the arc enough for it. Yeah, maybe. You're going to hit the railing.
Yeah, I am.
You're going to have to pull to the left if you want to hit him.
Alright, let's try it.
You're still going to hit.
Damn it.
You don't have the range at all.
Well, they don't seem to care.
Yeah,
so I'm
well,
leaving.
you're not close enough to get him to trigger.
Yeah. Should I heal before going in here?
You should try the door before you even assume you're going to go in there.
I'm healing anyways. I'm at half health.
Alright. Oh no, it's locked.
So you made me come back here just for that?
Well, I told you to check it before you pushed on.
Yeah, but I thought it would open.
In my defense, I was suggesting for you to not waste time.
Shush. You wanted to go back to the Snake Man house. You want to waste all kinds of time.
A little bit. So yeah, these guys, they have spears, they fly. They actually hit pretty good. Some of their movements are not quite what you would expect, so do be careful.
Okay.
And they are specialized in magic. So they're not doing it yet, but they do, there it is, they do electric damage specifically.
Oh, and
He's dead.
Okay.
But you pulled another one.
Okay.
So these guys, they fly, they have spears, they do electric damage. That's all of their pattern. Outside of the fact that, like I said, yes, there are some moves that they do where they'll do like a big pirouette in the air, or they'll pull out their weapon like they're going to hit you and then pull back out of nowhere and they won't hit you, and then they'll hit you in a weird, you see, like that.
Yeah.
A lot of their moves aren't quite as straightforward as they probably should be.
That's fine. It makes them more interesting. Oh, there's just like ass loads of them here, or what?
Just around the outside, but yeah. Yeah, there's kind of an ass load of them. You know the Snake Man trick in the beginning of Sen's Fortress where you can get him to fall off of the thing if you hit him with arrows?
Yeah.
From a distance, if you hit this guy with arrows, you can just knock him right off of that edge.
Yeah, but he has got wings, so I'm not sure why that would work.
Like I said, when you were fighting the gargoyle, things with wings don't actually fly. They have a flying sort of stance, like an event in which they are flying, and then typically they just have...
Okay, there's going to be more of those, or maybe another gargle.
Yep, but typically they just have normal movement. So if you knock something like that over a ledge or off a railing or something like that, even though they should conceivably be able to fly, they're just going to die immediately. There's nothing there.
Something's shooting at me.
Oh,
somewhere.
Yeah. Well, it's not hitting you, whatever it's shooting. So.
Yeah. That's a fake door? Okay.
Yep. So the only way out, or the only way forward, is off of that banister again.
Sure, at least that one's got a railing on it for reasons. And the flying buttress, I think.
Yeah, flying buttress.
I think this is what a flying buttress is.
I have no idea.
Anyways, I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
So the progression of this game was you have to ring a bell, then you ring another bell, and I'm just completely ignoring the whole you have to escape from like a jail, because whatever.
Yeah.
But like, oh, 2 of them. Okay. But like, just like the progression of the game, like geographically.
Yeah, you're gonna die. Heal.
Yeah.
Oh, you did not have the time.
Oh well. That's fine.
Yeah. Progression of the game, though.
Yeah, like you go from like sitting around at like a little ruin to going all over the place to ring a bell. Then you ring the other bell, and then you go through a completely different place because ringing the bell triggers a giant to get the thing.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so like, what's the point of any of that? Like if you think about it, like that's a weird roundabout way to summon a bat to bring you into this area.
Okay. So what you start out as when you start out in the prison, you're starting out there because the people of New Londo, and maybe it's not New Londo, I can't remember, just the general Anor Londo area, at some point took all of their undead, their hollows, and locked them up out of fear that the hollowing would spread, and it spread regardless of whether or not they locked them up. So you were locked in the asylum with everyone else. And
well,
you were just
not many people there, but
yeah,
sure.
you were just stuck there though, and the idea is that Oscar, the knight who helps you, his family has a legend where they believed that a knight from the asylum would rise eventually, and that it would be an undead who would come out and he'd ring both bells and he would save the world when the fire was dying. So when you came out, you were told that pretty much anyone who shows up here who's hollow is looking for the 2 bells. Because supposedly, if you ring the 2 bells, you fix the fire or some other fancy thing. Everybody just knows that you need to ring 2 bells.
But do they know that the bells just, like, summon the giant?
They have no idea, because supposedly no one's ever done it. Which is a load of crap, by the way. I'd like to point that out. That is just an absolute load of shit. How many characters have you seen so far?
Who are stronger than us?
Yeah, and who exist in areas where, like, you would have to ring both bells to get to.
These guys need to calm the fuck down.
But, yeah, no. The 2 bell thing is kind of garbage. But, yeah, you need to ring both bells. Both of which happen to be protected, but it might be accidentally. If you can succeed in ringing both bells, Frampt shows up. The serpent.
Oh yeah, I forgot that thing.
Frampt is a friend of Lord Gwyn, and what he explains to you, because, like, I guess this is just a recap generally of the plot so far. But
yeah, because we've gone through, like, a lot of stuff that seems unrelated.
What he explains to you is that Lord Gwyn needed an heir. He needed somebody who would come in and replace him as...
I have no son.
The god of, like, the first flame. He needs somebody to take over the first flame because he stoked it himself generations ago. And with it dying out like this, he needs somebody to help and become his heir and take over his godhood, to become just the god of everything and the king of all everything here.
Well, lost some souls.
Oh, well.
I was literally just trying to get past these guys.
Yeah. You can actually run past these guys. If you really want to be brave...
I figured I'd be able to fight one and then get past him fine.
By the way, this is a terrible bonfire to be at.
Should I just go up to the other one?
Honestly, I think this one might be quicker, but it's still a terrible bonfire, because you
literally
have to do this every single time. But the other option is that you're all the way on the other side of the area, and then you have to make a huge run.
Yeah, but it's just a straight way.
Yeah, but it also involves an elevator.
Yeah, but won't it be set if you go up there and you sit there, then this will still be set up there?
Well, yeah, but... No, the elevator that goes from the top floor down to this one.
Oh, I forgot about that corkscrew elevator.
Yeah, there's an elevator.
Okay. Yeah, no, forget that.
Yeah, no, it's just, this whole area it's awful, honestly. Just the way that the bonfires are set up just in this particular part.
I think, in general, these designs for the levels are not very good.
Some of these areas have super good designs, actually.
Sure,
like, I will defend Dark Souls level design. Level design is great.
No,
bonfire placement is really confusing.
Well, that's a part of level design.
That's the only part of the level design that's, like, that particularly poor, though. Outside of that, this game is amazing as far as design goes.
Okay, honey.
Come on.
It's
literally, like, without even realizing it, have you noticed that you have, in some of these cases, wrapped back and around and come back to areas, like, where you are right now should be a completely different area on the map. I don't know where it is, but it could potentially be like Firelink for all that I know. Because the distance that you go, without realizing it, you walk far enough away from someplace and it despawns and spawns in a new area.
Huh?
The geometry in this game is broken on purpose.
Can I run past these guys?
You can.
Okay, I'm going to try it. Because they shouldn't
I think they have
continue
trouble
down here.
getting onto this. I think they can go down it, but I think they have trouble getting onto it.
Well,
the exit here is to the left, by the way. They can't get on it because there's 2 of them. Don't like.
Okay, they're kind of hilarious.
Yeah,
though.
don't dilly dally though. They are going to try and fight you. Yeah, I'm pretty. No, I was wrong. Oh no, I'm right. Okay.
Okay.
Run, just absolutely run.
Ooh, boy.
So this is the most unfair bridge in the game, and you're only halfway there.
Can it go around either side?
Yep. This is a, like, legendary part of this game. No railings on this one.
Sure.
Now, pick a side. I'd go right if I were you.
Get rid of this guy?
Yeah, and try to fight them without dying. Guarantee it's going to be way harder than you're thinking. Hey, you did it. Heal. Because holy shit.
Yeah, well, I wanted to get out of the other guy's range because there was a guy over there.
You're already out of his range. He can't.
I can't even see them.
It's because he's on the other side of the pillar. You can't. Okay. You cannot be hit by him if you pull to the right. So it's fine.
Okay, so I'm kind of seeing where I need to go.
Yeah. So this is a big commitment drop. If you drop here, you're not going to be able to get back to the other bonfire. Okay.
I'll get there if I die.
Yeah. Well, there's a bonfire coming up. So
okay.
That's more or less what I meant. Okay, so the bonfire here is a little confusing. Just keep pushing forward, and I'll kind of point it out as it happens.
I'm going to give these guys credit for having put so much care into making this architecture really look like an actual Gothic
it's
cathedral.
To the left, by the way.
The idea that it's an entire city of a giant Gothic cathedral isn't, in theory, interesting. It looks really boring in practice. So I'm kind of, just completely... Hello. I'm already tired of the area is what I was trying to say, is because it's a lot of gray. They could have put in a little bit of stained glass, or if they wanted to go in the other direction, some more blood stains or something.
This isn't the particular place where it's going to do that. You're kind of in just a regal area.
Table.
No, it's a tablecloth. Can I read this tablecloth?
I thought it was a map.
Is there lore on this tablecloth?
I thought it was a map.
It's fine. So there's your bonfire, and there's a friend. Are
we sure?
Yeah, talk to him. Do you not recognize Solaire?
I just don't know if anyone's a friend here.
It's very quiet these days. So he tells you again, hey, do you want some help?
Okay.
He likes you.
Well, you ended up here, so I couldn't be the only one who's rang that bell.
He's rung 2 bells as well. You can keep talking to him.
I know I can. I can do whatever I want.
Oh.
What the?
Oh.
Does he say that if you're a male?
Yes, he does.
Okay, that is fine.
Yeah, no matter what, if you keep talking to him, he goes, oh, you really like talking to me. Oh, my.
All right, I accepted it. It's not just, female-specific and weird.
No, he does it to dudes.
There we go.
Talk to him again. You haven't exhausted his dialogue yet.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget to say
don't worry about it. Oh, no. Okay, I guess you have, actually.
Yeah. So can I get in here?
No. How would you? It's nothing.
I don't know. It's a fireplace. It could have a secret behind it. There could be a lever that switches this whole thing around.
There's never secrets behind fireplaces. What are you talking about? That's terrible. Nobody would ever do that.
Sure. I'm pretty sure that happens in Cave Story.
Nah. No, actually, in Cave Story, you just find an item in a fireplace.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about.
Is there a guy on the other side?
Nope, it's just him. He's the only one in this room.
Okay, I'm gonna read that thing. What is he? He's hostile, right?
Oh yeah, he's hostile.
Okay, because NPCs...
He's guarding the chest behind him.
Yeah, some of the NPCs are just generic guys in armor, and that's a generic guy in armor, so...
Strike?
Yeah, they're not paying us enough.
I mean, maybe. So yeah, as soon as you get close enough, he'll attack you, but you kind of got to get close enough. I'm just going to warn you, these guys have... their fire isn't actually that great now that I think. I was about to say their fire is great, and then I thought about it and went, no, that's the other variation. So these guys are exactly the same as the Black Knights, but these are not Black Knights. These are Silver Knights. And if we had picked up Black Knight armor, you'd know why. So the Black Knight armor tells you that when Lord Gwyn did his final push towards the Bed of Chaos, which is the origin of demons, he took with him a handful of knights. I think the number's 12. And during the war with the demons, they were scorched black. And all that remained of them was their will to fight.
That's a lot of range.
Oh, yeah. He's got a big-ass spear.
Yeah, no, depth perception was not working
all that was left of them was basically just their will to fight. So they're empty suits of armor.
Sure.
The black ones. These silver ones are the original versions of that, so they do not have fire resistance like the black ones do, because the black ones were scorched to death. These ones instead are kind of like,
they're humans
about
in there,
fire.
right?
Yeah, they should be considered, well, they're gods. They're not humans.
Okay. Well, either way, he's sentient and he's in his full capacity of, being able to... He's not like a pygmy who just stutters around.
He's super not a hollow.
Okay, so, he's just standing here being like, just don't try it, little man.
Yeah, more or less. Because they're all just supposed to be protecting.
This did way good.
The thing. Yep.